Hey, I'm Janelle, this is toDIYfor, and I don't want to call myself a hoarder, but I do tend to hold on to things for a very long time because I think, you never know, maybe one day I might be able to use it in a DIY project. I think I get that from my dad. Anyways, it was a year ago that we moved into this apartment, and during that move, smashed a stand-up mirror, like destroyed in the move. I mean, it's breakable, right? No big deal. I decided to keep said broken mirror for an entire year just so I could do this DIY. I did want to do it last Christmas, but just because we had just moved into the home, I just didn't really have a lot of time on my hands for it. So I'm going to bring that DIY to you today. I think it turned out great. Should I have held on to the mirror for this long? I don't know. You let me know if the DIY was worth it or not.
So this is the mirror. As you can see, it is cracked. I still have it in its moving packaging cardboard. The idea here I had was just fold the cardboard over top. It'd be nice, mess-free, safe, whack it with the hammer a bunch of times, and I would reveal a bunch of broken pieces of mirror. Turns out this thing is a whole lot harder to break than I realized. I then decided to take my hammer and just tap it, not too hard, and it still wouldn't break. So what I found that worked best is to go along the edge of the mirror, and it seemed to kind of shatter that way. So be very careful while you're doing this. Obviously, shards of glass are going to fly up. You don't want to whack it too hard, otherwise you might be sending glass like everywhere. Just be very careful with this project, and I tried to keep it contained in this box. Once I had all of my mirror pieces shattered, I set them aside and I went to the base of my board. So I picked this board up. It was a 2x2 1/4-inch plywood piece, and I got them to cut it in half at the hardware store. And then I went ahead and I stained this piece the night before, so it has fully dried, and now we can use it as our backing. So I'm going to just grab my mirrored pieces here, the ones that I've selected to use, and start to lay out my design, which I chose to do a Christmas tree. Really, you could do any kind of design you like. I thought the Christmas tree was a great idea, obviously for the holidays, but also just because I had a lot of triangle shaped pieces that had little pointy ends. So I went ahead and worked my way through. This does take a little while to kind of organize how you want it all to go, and it takes a little while to find everything to fit perfectly. But this is my final piece, and some of them are really big, some of them are thin and narrow, and it got smaller towards the top, but I really love the shape of this tree once I worked it all out. What you're going to need to get is some construction adhesive to adhere all of these pieces of mirror to your board. Construction adhesive is really great for different types of material and getting them to adhere together really sturdy. I just didn't over apply any of this because I didn't want it to squeeze out of the sides, but still do be fairly generous with this. And of course, you should be working with gloves, as these pieces can be kind of sharp. So before everything dried, I tried to wipe down the mirror as best I could because some of that construction adhesive got on the top of my mirror. But be careful while you're doing this, as my pieces of mirror are still kind of moving and shifting around. This does need to dry overnight, so don't press too hard when you're trying to clean that off. I did go ahead and clean off these mirror pieces again once it had dried overnight. Nothing is shifting, nothing's moving. It was a lot easier to clean it. And that is basically it for this. You can go ahead and prop it up like I do, or you could put a little picture hanging wire on the back of this. It's not too heavy, so it shouldn't be hard to hang.
Okay, so I'm going to style that piece in just a few moments, but I need to know, would you have taken it a step further? The other option here is to fill it in with some grout, all those grooves and crevices. It would completely hide the wood, which is why I didn't do it, but it would also likely make this a little more safer. I'm thinking maybe just hang it up on the wall far away, out of reach from anyone to touch it. I just really like the way that it looked, but you could absolutely go in and kind of make this more like a tile mosaic piece with some tile grout. Let me know what you would do down in the comments below, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Janelle. I do new DIY videos every single Wednesday, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. And you can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at JanelleSteeper. Cheers, and I'll see you next Wednesday.